Apparently, there's some controversy going on in the gaming world. Apparently, the Epic Game Store doesn't spy on people. There have been allegations that it has been, and people saying it isn't, and people saying it is, and I'm saying, who cares? Users investigating the Epic Game Store have come away with some concerns about how the code operates. Various posts at Reddit and Recetera have been filled with self-acknowledged amateur sleuthing and investigations on how the Epic Game Store works and how it behaves once installed. Epic CEO Tim Sweeney and VP of Engineering Daniel Vogel have taken to Reddit to discuss some of these findings, possibly kicking off additional controversy in the process. Now, there are several different threads of concern running through the initial remarks. Some users are concerned about Epic's association with Tencent and believe that this means Epic would distribute spyware through the Epic Game Store to gather data about user PCs in secret. Some users are angry about Epic convincing developers who had put a game up on Steam already to instead move it over to the EGS. Now, much of the behavior categorized by users as potentially suspicious, like enumerating running processes, really aren't. For the most part, this appears to be a tempest in a teacup. For example, the launcher does enumerate all currently running processes, so it can avoid attempting to update games that are already running. It uses a tracking pixel to cover the supported creator program so it can pay creators. Code for various functions like the hardware survey and the UDP traffic created by an Unreal Editor communication function can be found on GitHub. Epic's VP of Engineering Dan Vogel responded to some of these concerns in his own post, but Sweeney does acknowledge one point where gamers have a genuine complaint. At launch, the Epic Game Store scans and makes an encrypted copy of the local config.vdf Steam file. He writes, "We only import your Steam friends with your explicit permission. The launcher makes an encrypted local copy of your local config.vdf Steam file. However, information from this file is only sent to Epic if you choose to import your Steam friends, and then only hash IDs of your friends are sent and no other information from the file." Epic users have been asking Epic why they would need to import this information anyway, given that Steam includes APIs that allow other applications to access this sort of data without scanning files in other folders. His response didn't go over particularly well. But yeah. Now he doesn't, while you might not agree with Sweeney's decision on this topic, there's a hard time arguing with the logic. In a world where Facebook deliberately shares private and personal information on tens of millions of people with companies that should have been allowed to see in the first place, the idea that scanning a single file for a list of friends you won't even upload without permission would constitute a privacy violation is pretty laughable by comparison. So there is, as far as we can tell, no evidence that the Epic Game Store is spying on people or performing untold PC monitoring. Apparently, the author would love to end the story about a discussion of how frustration with Epic's policies might be a sign Silicon Valley would start to consider user privacy more seriously and take more steps to secure it. But honestly, he's not feeling that optimistic. But yeah, here you go. What are your thoughts? I mean, I have the Epic Game Store. I don't really care. What's it gonna do? Nothing. Software. In a privacy-laden world, what do you do but disconnect from it? I just figured out the problem to it, guys. Here's the best way to remain completely anonymous and disconnected and have all of your privacy remain intact. You know that Ethernet cable that's on the back port of your computer if you're hardwired into the internet? Unplug it. Or if you're connected to the Wi-Fi, pull out the Wi-Fi card from your computer, snap it in half, and then nobody will have any access to any of your information anywhere. Now, you know, the downside will suck that you won't have any access to the internet and information that you make available to people because you signed the terms and conditions and never read it. But that's on you. But now it's not anymore because you took control back. You don't have any internet. Do I get my point across? Am I getting my point? If I'm not, let me know. If I am, let me know. I'd love to continue the discussion. All this privacy stuff is actually making it kind of stupid. These poor AI software and all of this stuff where... Anyways, I'm getting off topic. Like, I'm super excited about AI and everything that encompasses it moving forward, but dealing with this whole privacy stuff on some level is just becoming really borderline stupid. They found out I checked into this place today. They don't have my permission to do that. Yeah, they do. You checked in on it in a public location, in public, on a smartphone, connected to the internet. that you set to public. Oh my gosh. You didn't have my permission to know. Yeah, they did. You gave them permission. And if you seriously don't know, this would be a great time to go look at the terms and conditions of the sites that you're signing up for free. That's what the trade-off is. You sign up for free, your information will be used. It'll be encrypted, it'll be kept safe, but it will be used.